Hey y'all, StreamYard had me on my other channel, but that's okay. So we're a minute late, but we're here. Welcome in, welcome in. I'm T from T She's So Crafty. Y'all, we're going to try and wing this, okay? I'm going to take what little bit of skills I have, and we're going to try to make us a bag, okay? Um, If you're new here, thank you for stopping by the channel. Please consider liking, subscribing, doing all of those good things. We do have a lot of fun over here. So yeah, y'all, we are going to make us a bag. Now, this part right here does not necessarily have to be cut perfectly, but I'm going to move my zipper out of the way, and I'm just going to show y'all what I am trying to do. Okay, what I'm trying to do. Hey y'all, so we're just going to, I'm just going to go up, down, and we're going to go around. Oh Lord, when I say these, I probably should open up the new rotary blade, because you see how this one is acting. Okay, so I'm just going to take the pair of scissors and go on down, because right now it's acting. Okay. Hey Chevy Addict, how are you? Welcome in, welcome in. I am hanging in there. How about you? I watched your live the other day. I was in the bushes working. I couldn't really say much or say anything for that matter because I was in a meeting. I was in a meeting, but I was listening in the bushes. All right, y'all. So, and then I'm just going to cut this little piece off right here, going straight across. And the reason being is because we're going to use part of that for our zipper tabs. So all I did was left the fabric folded over double, okay? And I guesstimated, well, not really guesstimated, I just kind of went a little larger than what I actually needed for this particular bag. Now, there is no like pattern for this. This is just something. I appreciate it. Hey DKC Crafts, welcome in. Bash Chick, hey y'all. So what I was saying was, y'all, there is like no real pattern for this, okay? So what we're using is a zipper by the yard, and I have already put my zipper tab on. Y'all, I had no idea that putting zipper tabs on is really easy. When I first started trying to learn how to put a zipper tab on, baby, that was cute. That was not it. Okay, so this color right here, I don't know how well y'all can see this. It's a burgundy. It's not, it's the exact color burgundy in here. What I wanted was for the straps to be like this color, but I think this will be okay because this color is in there, okay? And plus we're going to use that lining that matches it as well, okay? And then we have us a Dollar Tree, and these placemats are from Dollar Tree as well. We're going to take this right here and we're going to cut it up, okay? I'm going to try to make a bag bash chick. So that's what I'm planning on doing or trying to do. Okay, so we have our 2 pieces of lining, okay? So, like I said, I have no pattern for this. I am merely, like, literally winging this, okay? Winging it. All right, so I'm going to tear this off. I'm going to make sure that we cut our little tab shindig out. And then I'm going to, let me see. I'm going to cut this edge right here off. All right. Cut that part off. Miss Valerie, it says your shirt will be there Saturday. So tomorrow your shirt will be there by the post office. I did check on it. Okay, so what I'm doing, y'all, is just cutting this remnant sewn piece off, so to speak. So I'm cutting this part right here off because even though it's going to create a raw edge, and that's okay because if this goes like I think it will, I don't know. I just have a vision and I'm trying it. Okay? So that's what we're doing. Ooh, that part right there is hanging on out. I'm going to check the comments in just a second, y'all. Oh, I need to show y'all something too, y'all. I was up late last. Hey, Miss Jennifer. You going back to Marietta? Okay. How long are you going to be here? So I can pull up on you or we can meet. Okay. Let me grab what I'm going to show y'all right quick before we jump into that. So, y'all, I was up late last night. I had this fabric for like four plus years, right? Dallas Cowboy fabric. We'll get it. Okay, you're gonna be there a week. Okay. We're gonna catch up this time so we can go to Axieland and some other different places. So I was up late last night, y'all, and when I was putting up all that fabric, I was like, oh my God, I forgot about this fabric. So, y'all, I sewed it. Hey, Sean. Hey. So I sewed it and made a blanket. So it's gray fleece on the back. Hopefully y'all can see that. And then it's the Dallas Cowboys on the other side. So what I did was I used my brother SC425, and that's the sewing and embroidery machine. But I sewed it all the way around. Hey, Donzel, I did not see you. I'm so sorry. Hey, Blue, but I see you now, Donzel. I am so sorry. But welcome in, y'all. Shout out to the mods, all the members, everyone. Welcome in. So I sewed that blanket all the way around. I was very intentional about staying in my line of stitching. And what I mean about that, I thought about you. Yes. So, what was I saying? Oh yeah. So I was very intentional about my line of stitching. Staying in my line of stitching, y'all, I was not playing with it. Okay. So, and line of stitching just simply means when you get ready to pivot, you're coming back or going in to that last stitch that you stopped in. So yeah, y'all. All right. So welcome in, y'all. So here we go. I have, like I said, I have this little vision. Don't know if it's going to work, but we're going to try it. Dollar Tree products, okay? So I'm going to, let's see, I cut the edge off already. I'm just making sure everything is nice and even and flat. Well, flat is just going to, be for Dollar Tree. How about that? All right, and then I'm just going to bring this side over. This is the side that I've already cut off. And I'm going to, let's see, I'm going to really kind of guesstimate here. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.5. So I'm going to cut it. I'm going to cut this off at like 9.5. Oh, Jesus. And I got the titanium, whatchamacallit. I need to put this one up and grab it, but I don't. I didn't. So we're gonna rock with this one. So far the only thing that we did for everybody that's just coming in is we cut the sewn edge off and to give us a, you okay, Bear? To give us a raw edge on that side, and we will cover those raw edges up, okay, if this goes right. All right, so this little piece right here is going to be our pocket. And then what we're going to need to do is cut this raw edge off. Now the pocket won't be quite this big because we'll cut it down some more. And I'm just going to cut this part off as well on both sides, okay? So basically what you do on one side, you want to do to the other side. This is what is a directional microfiber patterned cloth, or it's supposed to be a towel, okay? It's supposed to be a towel, but it's microfiber. So all I'm going to do is fold this back in. I think I want this to be just a little bit smaller. I finally got my sewing machine set up. I'm ready to learn how to sew some stuff. Okay, let's do it. Because we're going to be learning, look, we're going to be learning this together. I'm still a baby at sewing, but we learning. Nope. So the 9.5, because I'm going to have it going this way. It is direct. Oh, it's directional though. Let me see something. If I try it. Let me see something, y'all. Because when it's directional, you generally want it to go. Nope, it ain't going to work. So the way we had it, that's the way it's going to be. The pocket will, the fabric rather, will look a little off, but that's okay. So we're just going to have it sideways like this, and we're going to sew this part down, leaving this part open because this is going to be your pocket. Sew these two sides down and the bottom there, okay? Now y'all, I'm just going to try and keep a somewhat clean space, and I just generally take my ruler and scrape to keep this clean. All right, then we have this little piece right here, and all I'm going to do is cut it off, y'all. I swear. All right, so we have two pieces, and then all we're gonna do, put that off to the side. We're gonna cut this in half, okay? Hey, Miss Anita. All right, so we're gonna now just cut this in half, and it's gonna be right in half on the fold that is or the seam that is already there, because y'all know. And when I say can't cut straight to save my life, that's what I mean, literally. All right, so now I'm going to grab a pressing pillow, and I'm just going to simply iron both sides, okay? Then I'm going to fold this in half. Hopefully y'all can see this. I'm glad to be out of that bubble, I tell you that much. And then we are going to iron right there on that crease. You want to make sure you get a crease in there. That crease is going to be important, okay? And then you are going to take this and you're going to fold it in to that crease. And give it another crease, right? Okay. Then you're going to fold this side. So you're going to take your opposite side over here, line it up, fold it in, and you're going to repeat that process, okay? So you want to make sure you have everything creased. Now, because I didn't cut that totally even, but it's okay, we can straighten it up. And then you just fold it in again on itself. Woo, hot. Fold it in on itself. So you should have something that looks like so. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to stitch down the open side, okay? And then what we'll do is we will take it and sew across here and down here and right here to make our zipper tab. Trying to make a bag. Thank you, Miss Robin. Welcome in, Queen. You get your sketch? Yes, I hope you do. So we can all be sewing and embroidering and all the things. So that's what we're going to do on both ends, okay? So let's make our other one. We got to sew that down. I need to change out the bobbin because I was going to use the white that I have in here, but I don't know who I thought I was lying to myself. We're going to use this color, okay? And again, y'all, I'm going to repeat the process, okay? Fold it in half. And y'all, just remember, one thing I love about Chelsea is she always says crafting or sewing is not meant to always be, everything doesn't always have to be perfect, right? Although we try to be perfectionists and this and that. And I have learned that if you just go with the flow, go with what you know, trust your gut instincts. No two people is going to do the same thing the same way. It's just not going to happen because you are two different individuals. You all have different mindset, different skill set when it comes to crafting. So I say all that to say, I just kind of go with the flow. However it come out, that's how it come out. Am I intentionally trying to mess it up? No. But we just go with the flow and we get what we get, right? So there's that. So now we have our, hey, Precious Pieces, thank you. Precious, don't forget to see me before you leave now. All right. So, let's take this out. And y'all remember on the new sewing machine when we were having bobbin issues? Well, honey, let's just say I compared the bobbin that I put the thing on from that bag to the bobbin that actually goes in there. They had put a wrong bobbin in there. So that's what that was. So anywho, we have not had any problems since. So I did have it threaded, have the bobbin threaded right. It was just a wrong bobbin was in there. I guess, they're human. They make mistakes too. So I did go mention it to the manager at Joann's and showed her, and guess what? She gave me a free pack of bobbins. So, and even when you go tell somebody, or you're trying to explain to somebody that you found a mistake or something like that, you don't have to be rude about it because you never know what they can do to help your situation out. And not even, not so much that I was looking for something. I was just, bringing it to her attention that, hey, this is not the right bobbin, but I just came in here and got this sewing machine and blase, and she took it from there. Okay. So just be mindful and nice to people. You don't have to be rude because at the end of the day, oh snap, at the end of the day, she didn't, it's not her product. She didn't manufacture it. She's just the manager, right? All right. So we have learned how to use the auto threader on here. So like I say, y'all, we be learning and winging stuff together. Hey, Miss Karen, welcome welcome in, welcome in. Yes, it was making too much noise. But that's what it was. That's what it was. It was the wrong bobbin. All right, y'all. So, here we go. And like I said, we're just going to sew down here. I'm going to get as close as I can. And I'm going to back stitch just a little bit. Okay. I'm going to raise my needle. I'm going to raise my presser foot. And then I'm just going to pull this just a little bit. And then I'm going to come back down on the other side. Now, it may not really be necessary to come back down on the other side, but I'm just going to do it out of precaution because, like I said, I'm still learning. And you want to be, hi baby. You want to be very cognizant on your stitches, making sure that stuff does not, come loose. And we're going to go across the top. We're going to back stitch a few. And I can clearly see that I missed that just a little bit, but that's going to be okay. And I'm going to cut this little string right here off because it's in the way. Okay? It's in the way. Alright, and now we're just going to pivot. The one I thought I was cutting, y'all, I ain't even cut. Oh no, I can't cut that yet. Oh yes, I can. Okay. And then we're just going to go across right here, the top, and then we'll have all of our, I can't cut this part off. And then we'll have our first one done. Okay. All right. And then we're just going to cut our thread. All right. And then everything that's hanging off, just, cut it off, make it look a little even. So although I missed that little part right there, I'm not going to worry about it because when I go to stitch it down on the whatchamacallit, it's going to be okay. But right here, it's a must that we sew that little part. All right. Raise your needle, your presser foot. Oops, and our thread came out. And that's okay. Because our auto threader works. And when you're learning to sew, child, you got to have some patience and give yourself some grace. Because woof. Woo-hoo-hoo. Y'all remember on that live when I was trying to sew that bonnet? And baby, that machine, I could not even figure out how to turn the work. Now y'all know that was sad. Tell him hey for you. I tell him hey when he come back in. I tell him hey when he come back in for you. Babe, Blue said hey. He said what's up? And then we're going to back stitch a little bit. And then we're going to raise our needle. Raise our presser foot. And let's just go right here. Drop it down. Go straight across. Whoops. I'm going to pick that up. Now we just go straight across. Hold on. We stuck somewhere. Where we stuck at? Alright. Alright. There we go. Wait a minute, y'all. Are we sewing? Or are we not? Okay, let's try this again. was me. It was me acting. Alright, and we're going to sew across. And you gotta try to keep it even. Okay? Alright, and now we're going to cut our thread. It doesn't really do a good job to me of cutting this thread, but there's that. So we got our pieces sewn. And like I said, even if I didn't catch every single stitch, I'm okay with that. I'm just going to take the lighter and just kind of go across here. You just want to make sure, Jesus. You just want to make sure that you have everything nice and tight. You also can use some fray check. Alright, so those are our tabs to go, our zipper tab stops, whatever you want to call them. Okay, so we got that part. Alright, now what I want to do, let's move this out the way. Alright, so here is our mat. I kind of want this to go this way, but if I put it that way, it's not very much room. So let's not do it that way. So we're going to have it like so, right? Y'all, I think I can go in. If I go in a little bit more, because I don't need this to be that big. So I'm going to cut this off just the, let's see. I'm going to cut about 4 inches of this off on each side. Remember, what you do on one side, you have to do to the other side. Well, actually, it's about 5 inches. Okay? It's about 5 inches that I'm going to cut off. Because I just don't want the pocket that big. Okay? I don't want the pocket that. Fiskars need to do better. Like, you can't even press down without the thing going back in on you. Okay? And we're just going to go down. Alright. Did we get it? Almost. Okay. So, we got those 2 pieces cut off. Now, what we're going to do, let me make sure I keep that like so. Alright. So, now what we're going to do is we're going to actually, if you fold this in half, making sure that you line it up all the way down, okay? And you can't put heat on this dish mat because it'll burn, okay? Don't put heat on this dish mat because it'll burn. Okay, so that's going to be our center. All right, I can see that line right there. And I'm just going to something like that. Now I'm going to take these pins and I'm just going to kind of pin that down. And let's pray that T doesn't stick herself, because this is really why I don't like these pins, because I don't know what I'm doing with them. That's a good reason not to like the pins, right? Oh, geez. Okay. So I got that pinned down. We'll put one more in there. Hey, Lisby. Hey. Hey, Miss Terry. Hey, sis. How you doing? Okay. Rest on replay. All right, Miss Valerie. Let's see here. Miss Valerie says she getting ready to come to the hot Atlanta. All right. So now I'm just going to kind of pin this again to the best of my ability. Still making sure that this is straight. Okay. So that's what we have right here. All right. Now I'm just going to move these pins out the way because we don't need them falling and the dogs get them and they get stuck. Okay, so this is the, making sure. Okay, hold on. This is the top right here, so we don't want to sew that part down. You want to come straight down on the side. And remember, you should never, ever, 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 ever run across these pins, okay? Ever. Because that will damage your machine. Now I do have like a 90-14 on this for the needle. Now I'm gonna back stitch a few stitches. And wait a minute, y'all. Why are it's not sewing? Oh yes it is, but it's sewing that part. Okay, so let me go over just a little bit. It's sewing, but not where I actually needed to sew. Okay, so I'm just move this over and drop the needle. It's gonna be a pocket. Am I doing something wrong? Cause look, I'm winging it, but I'm gonna put strapping on the side to cover up this little part. So hopefully this little vision that I have will work out right. Hopefully, we're winging it, cause I don't know, but we're gonna see. All right, and then I'm gonna back stitch just a few. Okay. I'm going to raise the needle, raise the presser foot. This right here, let me see, which is our top part. Hold on, y'all. I lost. Okay, that's the top. So we're gonna come across the bottom down here and cross this side, and then this will be our top. Right? Did I get that? Nope. So let's turn it back. And this stuff is real thick, so you may have to go over it a couple of times. Back stitch. Okay. And now let's try and make sure. Y'all be patient with me. It's gonna take me a minute, but we're gonna figure it out, okay? Happy Friday to y'all. And the bigger the needle you have, the easier it'll be to get through this, okay? I probably could do 116 on here, but I got a 90, I think that's 90-14 on here. And you're just gonna come out close as you can, back stitch, okay? Raise your needle, raise your presser foot, turn it, okay? Try to go back in that same line of stitching that you ended with. You may or may not be able to, especially if you're like me and can't cut straight, okay? That's okay. People like us in the world exist, can't cut straight. All right, and you're gonna walk it when you get to that last few stitches. You're just gonna walk it, and then you're gonna back stitch. Okay. All right, so that's just going to ensure that we are locking in our stitches. Now we are going to cut our thread. Okay, and it did not want to cut our thread properly. Now I will say I don't like the thread cutter on here because it don't always do right. All right, so we can unpin this part. All right, Blue, I appreciate it. So now we have our pocket, right? So I can pull on this. I can put a phone in this. Okay, and we are nice and steady, right? All right, y'all. So that's our pocket. Now what we're gonna do, I swear I need a sewing table, okay? I need a sewing table. Now what we're gonna do is, where did I put it at? Where did I put it at, friends? Okay, here it is. Now remember, this color is in here. It matches that. It doesn't match this. I wanted one that matches this when I bought this pack. It looked like it matched, at 3 o'clock in the morning when I was up ordering it. Thank you, Donzel. It looked like it had matched at 3 a.m., when I was ordering it that morning, but it's okay. It's okay. So what you want to do, and again, like I said, this is something that is no measurement for me. You want your raw edges to be up here. And I'm only going to have it about that much hanging off of it, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to pin this like so, okay? And then again, you're going to have, because we're going to sew our strap. Let me see. Because I kind of want it to go down. I'm trying to figure out, do I want to sew it? Let me think this through, y'all. Do I want to sew this? Let me see with my handle. I don't want like real long handles, but I may just put, I don't know. We'll see. I may either put a piece of ribbon around here. No, I ain't got no ribbon. Let's see. When I say I'm winging this, I'm really winging it. I'm really, really winging it. Let's see something. I'm going to pin this. Not pin it. I'm going to. And what I'm doing by doing that is just checking it. So that would be, let's see, how many inches in are we? Five and 12. Okay. But the thing is, because you want to have room for the strap to move, this becomes the top of our bag. That becomes the top of our bag. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to find something else to sew around this part. I am going to cut my straps off here. Just want to make sure. Good grief. Don't have dull stuff laying around. All right. And then what you're going to do is you're just going to go across that. And then I'm just going to go across this side just to further stop it from fraying. Okay. And when you lay your straps down, you want to make sure that they are flat as possible. Okay. This is going to give me a little trouble because it's acting, but that's okay. And if you end up with a little too much at the top, that's okay. That will be nice with some of that material in my hand. Okay, thank you. All right, so you should have something like this. You want your raw edges to be up toward the top of your bag. So now what we're going to do is we are going to turn this over, or not turn it over, We're just going to baste this right here in place, okay? And a basting stitch is just a temporary stitch until we get where we actually need to be. Now I am going to sew it right below the line, right below where the fabric is right here. Okay, you want to go back. You want to go back and forth over this a couple of times, okay? Because you don't want to put anything in here heavy and it don't hold, right? Oh, thank you, Miss Jennifer. This Dollar Tree material. Dollar Tree material. All right, so now what we're going to do is I'm going to hold these together. Okay, and then I'm going to cut that one off and cut that one off and cut this one off. So I know that my strap is going to be okay because I basted it. I went back and forth over it a couple of times. And again, I'm still trying to keep this as neat as possible. Okay? Neat as possible. And again, I'm going right below that line. Alright. And I'm just going to back stitch. And I'm just going to go forward again. Okay. Raise my needle, raise my pressure foot, cut my thread. Hopefully it cuts it right. And of course not. All right, that's okay. So our thread has been cut. And we should be looking like this. So this is now the top of your bag. And we know that that's going to work. Then what we're going to do is we're going to come through and we're going to top stitch this part right here. Okay. I'm just going to stitch over it. Or actually, I'll wait till I put my zipper on before I do that. Okay. What we are going to do now, I'm going to just pin this. Excuse me. Ew. And I could tell that I'm learning because, baby, me and these pins would have been fell out by now. Okay. So there we go. So we got that pinned down. Now what we're going to do over here, I'm going to set this right here. Let me grab this bigger pressing pillow. And oops. Gotta let that heat back up. Hey, Miss Carol, welcome in. Let me check the comments. Thank you. Hey, Stephanie. Just seeing you. Sorry about that. Welcome in, everybody. Thank y'all for sharing a portion, y'all. Friday with me. Yes, it does take some patience. Thank y'all for hitting that like button, that subscribe button, that share button. Y'all putting up with my shenanigans because we definitely over here. Oh, Miss Anita says she loves sewing. Sean loves sewing more. She's ready to do some, but getting ready for a vendor show. Okay. Chevy Addict, I'm gonna subscribe to you from my other channel too. All right, so I think I have all of the comments. All right, so I think this is yep, it's hot. It doesn't take long for this one to get hot. And we're just gonna go over our fabric, okay? We're just gonna go over our fabric. Now there is a piece of salvage over here on the side. I'm not gonna worry about that piece of salvage. It actually looks good, so we're gonna roll with the punches on it. Okay, we just going with the flow. So you should have these pretty side to pretty side. Okay, and like I said, this is a little bit bigger anyway, so it will be getting cut off. So I'm not gonna worry about it. But I'll go ahead and take the ruler. Okay, I'll go ahead and take the ruler like so, being careful not to hit my edges of the fabric. Okay, I mean of the Dollar Tree mat or the dish dry mat, whatever you want to call it. Okay, gotta be careful not to hit that. That's still not quite even, but it'll be okay once I go to when we go to even everything up, it'll be okay. So we're just gonna grab some clips. Now you can pin this, you can clip this, you do whatever works for you. But if I could stay away from them pins, tonight is your Saturday and you have to work. Oh, Miss Carol, no. Retirement is coming soon, Queen. It's coming. Okay. So I am making sure that I have those lined up right there. And I do. But what I think I want to do, because I don't want to sew it on that side. I'm going to sew it on the back side so that when I press my seams and I actually see what I'm doing. Okay. All right. And please make sure you that you back stitch. Okay. Making sure that you back stitch is very, very important. And again, we'll catch that the webbing or strapping, whatever you want to call it. We'll catch all of that again. So it's getting double reinforcement or triple reinforcement. And that's what you want. Okay, we're coming to the end. I'm going to walk it. And now I'm going to back stitch. Okay. Let my presser foot up. And we should have something like so. And I got to get all that off. So you'll have something that looks like such. Then you want to pull this up. Okay. You want to pull this up. You're going to pull your fabric. But I'm not going to top stitch this yet because I still have to put my zipper on. And I'm going to put my zipper on almost next to last. But you would fold this over like so. And then we're going to top stitch across here, but not quite yet because we still have to put our zipper on. So you see how if you line your fabric up right, oh, I got that pinned down, but we got our fabric lined up right. See how oops, I'm trying to get in there. See how our straps are embedded in there. So we know that it's not coming out, right? A little more than 9 months. It's coming, Miss Carol. It's coming. Hang in there. So for now, I'm just going to flip this back over. So we are finished with this one for the moment temporarily, okay? And now that we have these, we could actually go ahead and cut these out now if you want. I'll wait to right before we get ready to put our zipper in. So now I'm going to grab our pressing pillow again. And for those of y'all to know that we were scammed out of $18,000, I am proud to announce that we have received $10,000 of the money back. We are still praying and trusting that God will send the other 8,000 back. So there is that. So we do appreciate those prayers. You used to sow, Miss Carol? Girl, I just be winging stuff, okay? But I do want to give a shout out to Chelsea, Heather, Miss Christine. Those are just some channels that I glance across and have been learning how to sew. So shout out to them. All right, we're going to put that back over there. And then we're going to grab our second mat. Oh, I was going to say, where the zipper at, y'all? I just had the zipper in my hand. What's wrong with me? And you want to look at how you have your mat. So, down in the corner, and I don't care what they say. They be saying these mats are the same. They are not the same at all. No. they're the same type, but not really the same mat. So it'll be okay. So we're going to go with it. I do have the folded edge though in this way. So we're going to go this way with it. Hey, Mama Vi. Yes, thank God it's Friday. Okay, Precious. Yes. In high school, you were sewing 4-H. Okay. I want to sew too, but it just seems so complicated. Miss C. No. You gotta try it. I thought the same thing. I was like, this is too complicated. This is stupid. I thought all the things, right? But I promise you, if I can do this, you can do this, Missy. You can do this. We can learn it together. Okay? All right. So we're gonna repeat the same thing. I know that I came in right at about 5 inches. All right, but there's one thing that we have to do beforehand. You gotta fold that mat or whatever you're using. It don't matter if it's mat, fabric, what have you. You want to make sure that you get just a finger crease in it, and I can see my middle, right? And again, I know that I came in at 5 inches. Now, again, you want to stop everything from fraying. So use you some fray check, use you a lighter, whatever floats your boat. And I'm going to do it like so. We still only want a little bit hanging over, and we're going to check it. So my 5 is about right there, okay? And then I'm just going to bring this on around. And as you can see, y'all, you don't get a whole lot of webbing with this. So I'm going to definitely try and find where I can perhaps get this in bulk. I really wholeheartedly believe that buying in bulk saves you money. My husband, let him tell it, I just got duplicates of everything. Now, that's probably true in some cases, but I will say for most things, it makes sense, especially if you're going to stick to it. Yes, but especially if you're going to stick to it, making sure that that you get it in bulk, you get it for the best price, because that's like $30 for that little box right there, but it ain't enough. Oh Lord, this is sticking. Okay, so this is sticking again, so that means, guess what? T didn't burn it all the way. So we're gonna make sure you got the equal amount right there. That comes down there, and we're good. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go sew. Got me on Amazon looking at sewing machines if I buy one. You can blame me. I take it. It's okay. I take it. I take the blame. But sewing is one of those things. I mean, at least to me right now, it's fun. Now, back when my great grandmother, may she rest in peace, was trying to teach me, I thought it was stupid. Who wants to do that? That's what I said. Ain't nobody want to do that. But she also said, you'll need the skill one day, and she ain't lying. Once you learn how to sew, it's a whole different skill set. You just need basic skills. Once you get those basic skills, you can start making your clothes. You can start, and eventually you'll get so good. And like I said, I don't have no measurements for this, so this is just me. I'm really winging it. I'm really winging this. So when I say if I can do it, you can do it, Missy. You got this. Okay? And anybody else that wants to learn how to sew, that's thinking it's traumatizing, because baby, I thought messing with a zipper, I was gonna lose my life. I just knew it was gonna drive me insane. And at first, the zipper did drive me insane. I ain't gonna stunt. It did drive me insane at first. But once I learned how to do it, it's gotten a lot easier. Okay? It's gotten a lot easier. And if you have to, hey, chill. I don't want to hear that noise. And then if you have to watch something 1,000,001 times till you get it, hit that replay button till you get it. Okay? Hit that replay button, watch it until you get it. Okay? So now what we're going to do is we're just going to pin this down like we did our last one, out of the way, so that we can go ahead and sew our lining on. And we're going to do this the same way. Line it up to the best of our ability. Oh, thank you, Up Designs. My grandma was a master seamstress. She even made all her granddaughters for. Listen. Okay. Oh, I know. I miss my grandma too. Careful, everyone, as a public data service in which some employers use and some stores use to hold a data breach. Thing 8/20/24. They say some Social Security. Yeah, Miss Carol, ours was, they actually had like a skimmer on the gas pump, and that seems to be the something common that the bank says that these I'm trying to think of a nice word, but I don't know a nice word to call them, but y'all get where I'm going. That they put on these pumps and stuff, and if you don't know what you're looking for, some say shake the gas pump, but if you in a hurry, and that's probably what a lot of us, we be in a hurry to try and get where we going, right? So you're not thinking about checking a gas pump. You're not thinking about what's the word I'm looking for? You're not thinking about, just doing everything that they want you to do at that time, because you're just trying to get where you trying to go, right? So it's one of those things. And then, by them calling with it showing the bank number, you don't have no idea that you're not talking to somebody until that you're not talking to bank personnel until when it's too late, that doesn't sound right. So y'all just be careful. And then they out here, I saw in a couple of states, South Carolina, West Virginia, where they out here they scamming people EBT cards too, the child support cards. Like it's a cold world out here. Okay, it's a cold world out here, so just be careful. Be on your up and up. If you know you didn't call the bank or you know you didn't make a purchase, the first thing I suggest you to do is call the bank. Okay, don't reply back to the text. Call the bank because the bank don't know if they sent you that text. Yep, and that's sad. That is so sad. You taking food out of folks' mouth, taking money out of folks' account that they don't work hard for. Cause selling cars, y'all, ain't easy. You gotta deal with people and their attitudes. You gotta deal with people because they really want the vehicle, but they ain't got enough money. They want you to come down. I mean, it's just not easy. That's all I'm getting at. Nothing more, nothing less. But it's woof. Selling cars, it's a different beast. That's what I'm saying. That is what I am saying. Okay? That's what I'm saying. But at any rate, it don't matter. It's your money. And you should not have to go through somebody stealing your stuff, right? Your stuff. All right, so we got us a nice seam. Oh, I'm too close to the camera, I think. So we got us a nice seam. It may not be all the way straight, but again, we know that our tabs are double reinforced, okay? So we know they are not going anywhere. So again, I'm going to check it over here on this side. We're going to cut these little guys off right here. And again, we're just going to fold this over. Anybody want to donate me a sewing table? I'm for it, okay? I'm for it because this little table here. So we're pressing everything back. Everything, look at that. Everything lines up nice and pretty. Our straps, I do have it pinned down here, but hopefully you can see it. Oops, you can't. Nice and tight. Everything is in there, right? Okay, $1 is too much. Yes, we'll receive it. Chase opposite. Sign up for Credit Karma Monitoring if your credit card offer. Okay. Yes, Miss C, it's a cold world out here. Oh, Lord. Cold world. All right, y'all. So now we got all of that good stuff sewed down. I'm just going to go over the back of this really quick with a lint roller. Let's get us a new piece. And those of y'all that come to the channel and y'all stay to the end of the live. I really appreciate y'all so much, more than you will ever know. All right, and then all I'm gonna do is just go over this. Like I said, I believe this is made out of probably microfiber as well, with something else on the front. Okay. Now, I'm just double checking my pocket. I can see my line on the back. And generally, when you can see your line on the back, you know that you have it sewn in place, even if you can see it right here on the front. Like I said, I'm still trying to figure out what I'm going to do with this part. But like I said, it's the pocket. It's pretty deep. I was able to put the cell phone in there, and there is that. So now, what I'm going to do... Let me see, because you're going to need to put this together like so. Now here is the tricky part, right? Let's go ahead and cut off these pieces right here because we don't need these. Hey, Bear and Oreo, I know where y'all about to be. Hey, stop. All Alright, so we got that part off. Go ahead and I'm going to cut this part off. Whoops. Look at that. And then we're going to cut Miss Oreo. No, ma'am. Now, just because I don't want those to fray still, I'm just going to always go back just to be, just to be safe. So, there's that. Now what we're going to have to figure out. This is the only part I hate about when you put the zipper on last. And then we got to box our corners. So I'm kind of debating. Do I want to put that zipper on? I do want to put the zipper on. Okay, so our zipper is right here. Oh, thank you. And in a bird machine, you need a donation of a sewing machine and bird machine. I feel you. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to take I took the zipper pull back off, right? We're going to open our zipper pull. This is a number 5, okay? This is our lining right here. So what we want to do, okay, you want to have, and my zipper is longer on purpose, okay, on purpose, than right here. And I'm going to try to get it. Only thing is, if I sew the zipper here, gotta check something, y'all. You got, when you're dealing with zippers, you have to be like, you have to be particular. It's not a it's not a race, for real. You, especially when you're dealing with those zippers, it's gotta be on the up and up. So I'm trying to figure out the best way to put this zipper on. But I know I can't top stitch these two pieces together yet because my zipper, and I can't put the zipper on top of that like so, because it's got to come up out the top. So let's see if I put it, and the zipper teeth has to be facing down. So you want it pretty side down with the zipper teeth facing you. Let me see something. I'm going to check and double check before I sew this, okay? I'm going to check and double check. But it seems like I think those zipper teeth might need to go up. I'm thinking, y'all. I'm thinking. Let me see. All right, let's see if I put it this way. You virtually babysit? Listen, somebody better virtually babysit them, because, honey, They know. Mama can't be with all that noise. It mess with my PTSD. Can't be with all that. Gotta be quiet. It's gotta be quiet. Oh God. All right. So, hold on. Cause this and this, you're gonna put those like that. This is gonna come up like this. So we got that part right. I got this clip down. So we got that part right. We gotta box our corners. But I think my zipper teeth, the other half of my zipper. Me and these zippers. Let's see. What I'm trying to do is just put them on here just to see when I put the zipper on if they meet. That's what I'm trying to see. Nope. I think it go the other way. I think it goes the other way, y'all. Hold on. Look. I think these teeth go up. Hey. No. It can't go up because you gotta sew. I think I'm doubting myself, y'all. I think I'm doubting myself. The zipper is the trickiest part. Not to put it back together. It's when you have to split the zipper. Well, you gotta split the zipper to put it back. Let's see. Okay, because pretty side down. That much I'm certain of. Okay. Now I don't want this zipper to move. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pin this down at the bottom, and then I'm going to use a piece of what you call it? What's the name of the tape? And it's only just so I can get the tape across the. What's the name of the tape, y'all? Move. Double-sided tape for sewing. I need a small one. Let me find a small one, y'all. That's a big piece. That's a big one. Let's see. Oreo. You know where you about to go? Your bond about to be revoked, ma'am. Stop. Alright, so this is double-sided tape for sewing, okay? And you got to make sure it's for sewing. Oh, thank you. You got to make sure it's for sewing, because otherwise it is going to jack up your needle. It's going to gum it up, and you don't want that. So I'm just using this piece of this stick pin here to pull this up. Oops. Yaxie daisy. I pull all the glue up. Okay. So what I'm going to do, oh, that's sticky. Y'all, wait a minute. What's going on here? Okay. I'm going to cut this part off. Ooh. Alright. And I'm going to line it up Like so. Ah, this stuff is sticky, y'all. Let me put this part back on it. So that way I ain't messing up no tape. Because this stuff is expensive. Alright. So we got a piece of double-sided tape on there. Oreo, here. Come on. Nap time. Night-night. Now you looking crazy. Now you looking crazy. Alright. So now what you want to do is you want to find a piece where you can lift this up and then just pull it straight across. Okay? Straight across like so. Pretty side down. And then you just want to just like that. Okay? And the reason I'm using that is because, like I said, this it likes to move when you are sewing. Okay? It likes to move. And now I can sew this. I can top stitch this, everything all in one now. And then you just want to start at that edge. If you use your zipper foot is definitely going to get you closer, but I don't feel like changing feet, so we're just going to roll with this. We're going to pray. Pillowcases, it was so fulfilling when you finish a project, and I know yours will look good. I use Sewist That I a lot for thread if it dries and hook. Ah, okay. Sewist That I. I'm gonna have to look for some of that. So I'm hoping that we're gonna pray that your girl putting these zippers on here right. We're gonna pray that I'm putting the zipper on here right, because I promise you, alright. And then we back. Let's go for it. Just a little bit more. Let's see here. And look, exactly. It wasn't supposed to gum up my needle, but it did. It definitely was not supposed to, but it did. Alright. We're going to rethread our whole needle. Alright, I think I got that stickiness off. So that Dritz version, I don't like it so far, because it's not supposed to gum up your needle, but apparently they told us a lie, because it did just that. Sometimes the automatic needle threader is the devil. Alright, so we got it back through, and I think it's good up until, let me just back stitch a few. then we're going to come forward again a few. Y'all, it popped again. It popped again. Okay, so don't use the double-sided tape, okay? Don't use the double-sided tape. Not that brand. Because it's not supposed to do what it's doing, but it's doing what it's doing. Uh-oh. Okay, so we got it under here. And let's see if we get it. Okay, so we got it again. And all right, now here we go. Let's cut this long piece here off. Okay. All right. That looks like okay. So I think we're good there now. And we just want to cut off all those little extra things. So now we are good. We did not top stitch our whatchamacallit to it yet, and that's good. So now we can come through everything, flatten it out, making sure nice and even, crispy, all them things. And you got to check it from the front, because if it's not even, evenly folded where the back is down. All right, so now what we want to do, I think I better top stitch that at the end. Okay, let me not do that, because I'll probably end up sewing the dang on whatchamacallit, and I don't want to do that. So this time I am not going to use that tape, and I am going to bring I'm gonna free our handle. We won't need to pin our handle down again until we actually go to box corners. Y'all, I'm so pleased with how that blanket came out though. Now if I can get this to come out right, I'll be even more happier. And again, you got pretty side down. And I'm just going to kind of put this in place like so, okay? We won't use that double-sided tape stuff again. All right. And then you just want to make sure this part, you got to hold it. That's the only thing about this part right here. You just have to hold it. Now I'm going to back stitch. Be careful on those zipper teeth. If you need to slow down, okay? Make sure your straps stay flat. Okay, make sure your strap stay flat and your zipper stays flat as well. Now I know it looks like I'm pushing it, but I'm really just holding it and guiding it. Okay, I'm gonna make sure that strap stays flat. I'm gonna hold this down and I'm gonna keep going. Okay, I'm gonna keep trucking and hopefully okay, I'm walking it a stitch or two, maybe 3, and then I'm gonna go back. Okay, then I'm gonna raise my needle, raise my presser foot, cut my thread, and of course it does not want to cut our thread properly, and that's okay. All right, so everything has been caught that needs to be caught. Our zipper is down. Now, okay, so I think what I'm gonna do is now come across here and we can top stitch our zipper now. Okay, you don't want to be too close to the zipper teeth. All right, you want to make sure you back stitch, and now you're just holding and this is not intentional right here, but it came out where I'm almost like stitching in the ditch or whatever they call it. Okay, so I'm getting close to the end again, so all I'm going to do is I'm going to walk it. Okay, I'm going to walk it, and then I'm going to back stitch a few. Okay, raise my needle, raise my presser foot, cut my thread. All right, and of course, Tiffany over here. Tiffany ain't doing a good job cutting the thread for us, but Tiffany is sewing like a champ, so we'll take that. All right, so now we have top stitched. Now we caught the back of it right there a little bit. That's gonna be okay, but the main part I'm trying to get is we got a top stitch. Okay, all the way across there. All right, so now let's go top stitch our other zipper, part of our zipper. And y'all, the only part after this is to box our corners and ooh, we got that glue right here, but we gonna trust and hope that it will top stitch for us and not give us no problems. Okay, everybody cross your fingers, hold your mouth right, okay? And let's hope that this will top stitch for us properly and don't give us no shenanigans. I'm hoping so. Don't give us no problems. Ooh, I don't know. We're gonna pray our way through this. Let's see, how much do we got? We got a good bit of that. Okay, I'm gonna pull this part up just a little bit. I should have brought this part down some more, but we're gonna top stitch it the best we can. We're gonna top stitch it the best we can. What did I do with that? Yeah, it definitely says it's for sewing, but honey, that stuff there. Let's see, did it unthreaded our needle? Okay, so let's thread our needle real quick. Ooh, we used a lot of thread, so I'm assuming this row right here, it didn't have as much on it as I thought, but it's a good thing that we are almost done, because honey, oh wait a minute y'all, hold on. Okay, just checking myself, making sure I had that threaded right. Okay, all right, that is threaded, and we're just going to hope we can catch it. Okay. Whoops. I got a needle on it. I mean, knot on the end of that. We'll cut that off right there, like so. And all right, hopefully we should be good now. Okay. Let's see. Are we stuck? Oh, our bobbin has a little hiccup at the bottom, so let's fix our bobbin. Cut that off. And then, of course, y'all, is there a such thing as these machines get tired or something? Because they always get to the end and start acting up. And I think what I'm going to do as well is I'm going to turn it down some so that it isn't trying to go through as fast. And then we will box our corners and be done. Well, we gotta put our zipper pull on, but okay. Y'all, that needle is so sticky. Ugh. Alright, come on here now. It is not wanting to go through that gunk. Let's see if I speed it up. Will that help it? Nope. I may have to change this needle, but I don't want to change the needle and it still got to go through, because we'll be at that point wasting needles. But I need it to top stitch. I do. And not top stitch like that. Worst case scenario, I could. Oh yeah, it's acting right here. Let's maybe not try and force it through this. Okay, so we can just do it this way. And then what we're going to do is go ahead and box our corners. I'll catch that top stitch on the end. I am. Thank you. You love Falling Spring? I'm not a cold-natured person. I don't like to be cold. I don't. Give me about a good 65, 75 degrees, wind flowing and blowing, and we good. Okay. So when I go to put these on, we got our zipper pulls and they're gonna line up. Okay, so oops, I caught this right there a little bit too. But that's gonna be okay. It's the lining. Alright, so let's go ahead and put our zipper pulls on. Cut off. There's nothing to cut off. Alright, but if you have something, any extra threads, any of that, now's the time to cut them off. And you want to make sure that these are even, okay? I want to make sure that they are even as possible. I forgot to sew my zipper tabs on, so we'll sew them across because I forgot to put them on. Oops. But you can still sew it across and make the stop. All right, so the zipper has this little flat end and it has this little rounded end. You want the rounded end facing you. Wait a minute, but I want the zipper to open from left to right. Okay, just making sure. So when you're doing zippers, all of that comes into play, like literally. All right, so we're gonna put one side on, hold that side. We're gonna put this side in. Then you're gonna, think that side is in. Lay it down. Push it. You listening for a click a little bit. I'm gonna grab those two little pieces. But if you lay it flat, or keep it flat, should I say. Now I had this mastered earlier, but guess what? We're gonna get it because we need our zipper pull on here. Alright. Oops, I keep pulling this side out. And thank y'all for hanging in here with your girl. Okay? I don't know if I heard that click yet, but I'm gonna grab these two pieces and I'm gonna pull down. Okay, so there we go. We got a zipper pull on, making sure that that strap is behind there. Okay. All right, and then what I can do is just sew across here, sew across here. So I actually didn't get it from left to right. I got the bag opener from right to left, and that's gonna be okay. So anywho, what you're gonna do now is you're gonna put right sides to right sides, making sure so you can't have my soda right there on that table over there. All right, so we're matching everything up. And we're gonna clip it together and making sure that everything matches. Whoops. Thank you. Making sure that everything matches is going to be imperative right here, okay? This part will make or break your squatness, all of the things, okay? All right, so I got that part. We're gonna do the same on this side. I'm gonna open this up just a little bit so that I'm not, when I go to sew across here and catch that zipper pull, you keep that out the way. Sorry, y'all. I know y'all can't see what I'm doing, but I'm trying to make sure that this part is lined up. So see how I got the two zippers right there? And then you just want to clip that part off. Come on down. Making sure and before we sew this, and then you will put these two edges together, and you're gonna do the same thing, making sure that when you sew, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna leave a little piece open. My clippies. So that means I've been over here working with 6 clips all day. How dare me. All right. Oh no, these aren't the same clips. These are the smaller clips right here. So you're just clipping your side, okay? Oh, thank y'all. Y'all really be rocking with your girl. And like I said, remember we had some extra. So I know we'll be cutting some of that off. And when you get right here, yep, see this is where we got the extra that we'll cut off. So we'll actually come in right about here. So when we get on sewing this part, we're only going to sew starting across here, because even if I pull that, we're going to have too much up here. So it's okay to cut it off from the bottom, and I'm okay with that. So we're going to come in here, we'll sew maybe 2, probably halfway in right here, come to the other side and do the same thing. So halfway in and leave that gap open, and then we'll sew all the way around here. Okay, so that's our sewing plan. But before we do any of that, I'm going to unclip this and we're going to box our corners. And the reason I'm going to unclip it is because this right here was just a test to make sure that we were on the right track. So what we do is fold everything over. I'm just going to zip that a little bit, and see, we know all of this is our excess, and we know we'll be cutting that out. That's okay. So flip this over. Wow, I'm super impressed with it so far. All right, so this is our corners, and I am going to repin these back just to box our corners. So you're going to box the 2 corners down here and then the 2 corners on the fabric, the lining piece, so to speak. All right. Now And the good thing about these mats is they will stretch if you happen to jack them up a little bit. So I have a 2.5-inch square right here. I couldn't think for a second. 2.5-inch square. And what we're going to do, and I do have these stacked together, and then we'll just fold. We'll use this corner that we cut out to cut the other side. Okay, so you want to come in from that. You want to come in because this is going to be your seam allowance. So you want to come in a bit. Okay, and then all we're going to do, we probably ain't going to be able to see this marker because that's going to be your seam allowance, right? Actually, I don't want to come in that far. Okay. And boxing these corners, you'll eventually be able to gauge it too. I'm still working with it. Hold on, y'all. Let me get this this other rotary cutter because that's about to drive me insane. All right. So it's when you're sewing, it's definitely important to invest in good materials. Okay, that part's imperative. Did we cut all the way through? We did. So that's a 2.5-inch square that we cut out. Now, I may or may not regret it cutting it that big, but we'll see. Okay. All right. And you want to, what's the word I'm looking for? You want to save these squares because they can be used for something else. Making sure they match up. They do. Okay. All right. So we got our box corner. So eventually when we sew this down, you'll get something like this. You'll pull it and then we'll box that off. So that's that part. Now let's come down here. I'm gonna just grab a big clip. Different size clips work too, y'all. The squares, I got some from Hobby Lobby. I got some from Joann's and some from Michael's. Yes, ma'am. That's where I got them from. All right, so then I got a bigger clip, and all I'm gonna do, y'all, is just clip those guys out of the way because we don't need to see them for a few. Okay. And we know that we have, I'm gonna let this presser foot up just a little bit. Okay. So we know that we have some extra, and that's okay. So all we're gonna do here, making sure, so I need to start about right there because that's actually all of this is, let's see where our excess is. So if I do it like this, And I'm just finger pressing this across because, and then we got some of on that extra that we're going to cut out too. All right, so I'll do it like that so that we can get everything caught and what needs to come out be cut out, right? All right. And of course we're not that sharp. All right. All right, so we have that one cut out. Now we're just going to do the same thing. I'm still going to fold this side up. Let's slide this back under our, and I know it's kind of hard to see, y'all. I know, I'm sorry. All right, so what I'm gonna do is fold this up so that we can cut our stuff out. And what you also could do is on these squares, you could mark like what length they are. I mean, what inch they are. And these, you know, could be your templates if you don't want to use them for anything else. This could be your template, right? And then we're going to cut our other square. Finish cutting it right here. Now let's see. Go up a little bit more. And right across there. Oops, we got a little bit right here we're supposed to go. All right, so now we're going to cut this extra. All right. Hopefully we got everything like so. Got our corners boxed. Okay. So we should be good. Dang, I still got too much and do. All right. So let's do it this way. All right, so now we should be even with our, and we're still not quite even. We're still, I don't know, somehow I still always end up with a little bit more. It's okay. Don't have to be perfect. We just need to get us. So we're going to sew in to about right here. We're going to sew in to about, so we're going to leave, oh no, we got to come in a little bit more. So we're going to sew from here to here. Then we're going to lift our needle and press the foot up. We're going to skip all of this. Then we're going to come from here all the way down. And then we're going to come here, sew all the way on this side. And then here we sew all the way here, cross there, and then there. And then you have the top part. Let me open this up so I don't close this in. Where's our zipper? Right here. So you're going to make sure you got this open so that you can turn this back through, right? Or back through this way. All right. So y'all ready to rock? Let's finish it up. Thank you, Miss Robin. I be trying. All right. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to sew down this side first. And I'm going to stop right before I get to my needle on this side. I mean, to my zipper on this side, because I want to make sure. Oh, y'all, I got stuff everywhere. Oops. Hold on, y'all. There we go. All right, let's do that like that. I appreciate y'all hanging in there with your girl. So we'll stop right before we get to our zipper because we don't need no shenanigans. I don't want to sew the zipper closed, but I do want to give the zipper a stopping point, if that makes sense what I'm trying to say. Hopefully it does. Alright, then we're gonna back stitch a bit, and now we're gonna go for it. Whoops, our thread is cutting up again. So even though I got like I know that the 9014 does very well on this. It's because this needle is kind of gummed up a little bit from the that double-sided tape. And I'm okay with that because we're almost done. I just don't want to fool with changing the needle right now. Alright. Line everything back up. And you want to try and go right back in that line of stitching where you were, okay? Anytime you stop your machine, the goal is to always go back in that line of stitching where you were, okay? Now it's gonna give me a little off center right there, but I will come back and catch that. Okay. I'll come back and catch it around. Or did it catch? Oh, it didn't catch any of it. Oh Lord. No, we gotta catch that before we go on. We gotta catch that. Okay, so what we're gonna have to do is sew like directly. Well, no, this is giving me my seam to press open, but I still want to go a little closer in. A little closer in. Oops. I don't know what thread this is that I got, but I don't like this thread either. It came from Amazon. And what you could do on this bag too, y'all, is find what your center is going to be. And when you find out what your center is going to be, you could actually embroider a name on this. You could put a stitch on it, you know, like a custom business stitch label is the word I'm looking for. Yeah. Okay. So we're going to stop that right about there. Cut our thread. All right. Yeah, that's better. And then we're going to sew this part. You don't worry about where your box corners are because that's when you get everything sewed down. That's where you're going to pull those together, and you'll pull those together for us to make our box corner. You want to back stitch. Back stitching is very, very important. Got to make sure you seal everything in, because one little mishap could cause your bag to fail. I knocked something down. I'm knocking a lot down. That's the shaking of the sewing machine too. All right. Okay. We're going to do the same thing and cut our thread. And we did not catch anything. Again, that happens sometimes. That happens sometimes. Oh, we sure didn't catch anything because our needle. Remind me not to use that tape no more. And Miss Carol said to get some sewer's aid. Okay. I'm going to clip right here. And I'm going to clip right here until I get where I need. Woo! Yep. Clean it with some alcohol? Okay, let me try that. Where my alcohol bottle at? I know I got some up here. I got a whole alcohol spray bottle up here, y'all. Somewhere. Looking at me. Oh, right here. Let me grab a piece of paper towel. Yeah, Donzel, it might be a few little errors tonight, but you know, like I said, we're winging this project. It's a no-sew. I just kind of went with an idea, and we running with it. Okay. All right. Hopefully this works for us. Okay then. Come through with the alcohol. Now I'm gonna back stitch some. All right. And now we're gonna keep going forward. Well, we was gonna keep going forward. I thought they said this was supposed to be new growth thread. I think they might have lied to me. But it's weird though, because I haven't been having any problems with this thread off live. Okay. So now let's just rethread the whole thing. It's okay, Oreo and Bill. That's the big dogs outside. They got it. Y'all chill out. Don't start your noise. They say they want some of the action. The little guys. All right. Let's see. Is our bobbin okay? We still threaded. Oh yeah, our bobbin was having some issues back there. All these machines, I don't care what they say, they all say they do this, they do that, but they all be having issues. Point blank, period. Ooh, I almost cut my dang on tip of my finger off just now, y'all. Okay. I think I'm gonna come over just a little bit. I don't want to quite be on that stitching that it already got right there. Back stitch. Oh Lord. Okay. Hopefully we might be okay now. Hopefully we might be okay now. I'm thinking too, I might really consider putting 116 in here instead of the 9014. All right, so that is down. We sewed this part. We got this part over here to sew, and then we're gonna sew our we will sew our lining part, and then leave that little opening, turn it back out, and then guess what? We'll be done. Let's just line this up. And when you're doing these Dollar Tree mats, even if it's not the Dollar Tree mats, you want to make sure that when you come in, you don't go like right on the where it's already giving you a finished edge. I'm noticing that when I try to go right on the up against that finished edge, it kind of gives us a problem. So long as I don't go up against the finished edge, we're okay. A denim needle, I will. It's a 9014. Yeah, it's a 9014. Is the denim needle the 116? All right, and we back stitched. I don't know which one is like a denim needle per se. I do know that this one is a 9014 that's in there. But and I got 100. I do have 116 that I might try. So you should have something that looks like this. And then, like I said, when we get ready to box our corners, this is how we're going to box our corners. This is what is going to give you that squatness. And you want to take your seams that are open, okay, and you want to press them out. So by me having a little bit of opening right there, that's okay. But this is how we're going to box our corners and go straight across. And I think that's going to be okay with 2.5. Yes, 2.5 is going to do us very well. Thank you, Donzel. I'm trying to be careful, but I know y'all done been hanging on here with me forever too, but I appreciate that. Okay, so we have that little part, and then we're going to go ahead, and what I like to do before doing anything else is I like to go ahead and leave my opening. So let's line this up to the best of our ability. Again, we got some overage, but I'm gonna clip And I'm gonna clip again. I like to go ahead because a lot of times when I don't leave the opening, oh God, we know what's happening. If I don't do my opening first, y'all know what happens, right? I sew it closed. So let's try and avoid that. And where I have these clips at, that's going to remind me that that's where my opening should be. Okay. All right. So we're going to just go right about here, and I'm making sure that I'm catching because, like I said, I know we have overage, right? So I'm just going to sew. We're going to back stitch, and now we're going to sew straight across. We're going to keep going a little bit. Boom. We're going to raise our presser foot. We're going to skip. All of this part. So just kind of guide it up. And we're going to, and because this stuff is thick, you want to leave enough of a gap, okay? Make sure you leave yourself enough gap to turn it out. All right, so there. I'm gonna back stitch. I'm gonna come forward all the way across, and I'm gonna back stitch again. Okay. So there's that part. So we have left our gap. Oh Jesus. And then we're just gonna cut off this excess right here. So this is our gap, right? We done back stitched all of the things, cut all this thread off. All right, so this is our gap. Now right here, yeah, that's gonna be big enough. Now we're gonna sew everything else around, and we're gonna do the same thing on this side. So when you bring it in, let me pull this together. I'll just fold this part over. I'm just holding our gap together. All right, now, is this bag gonna be 100% perfect? No. Is it gonna be cute? We hope so. Okay. All right, and then you're gonna come with this. You want to come as close as you can to the edge, okay? Close as you can. Now, what are we gonna do? We're gonna back stitch. All right, and now we're gonna keep going. And this right here, we're gonna go all the way down because we already have our what do we call it? Our opening, right? Raise the presser foot, cut. All right. Ooh, it finally did. Okay. So now what you want to do is we are on our last part over here. And again, we know that we have excess. All right. So what you want to do is come in as close to the end as you can, okay? And then we're going to just back stitch. This back stitching is going to be very, very important. All right, and then we're going to come all the way close to that zipper tape as we can. All right, and then you're going to back stitch. All right. And let's cut our thing. All right. Here we go, y'all. Now pulling this bag through. Oh, wait. I missed this side. Yikes. I didn't catch none of that, y'all. Let's go catch that. It was acting on me as if I caught it. All right. Okay. We got it that time. Except right there at the end. But I'm not worried about that part. We'll catch it on the final. Gotta find the where I opened it up at. Where I opened it up. Okay, right here. And be careful because you don't want to let's see. I'm gonna turn it inside. Well, let's box the corners first and then I'll turn it. Let's box these corners first and then I'll turn it out. Matching those seams, spreading them apart, okay? Now this is gonna be tough, but you're gonna have to manipulate the bag the way that you need it to go. So basically, the bag can't run you. You got to run the bag at this point. Okay. And again, make sure those seams are pressed open so you're not running across so much bulk. Okay. And I got the seams pressed open on the bottom and the top. Oops. And of course, our thread did what? Popped. I'm so glad we're almost done because my patience is running out. But remember, we have to have those for sewing. We definitely have to have those for sewing. Okay? And if you don't expect your thread to pop nowhere else, count on it popping right here. Okay? Maybe even breaking a needle at this point. Just count on it. Because this stuff is really, really thick. Especially for it to have come from Dollar Tree. It's really thick. Come on here now. Y'all. Okay, so the automatic needle threader don't want to work now. That's okay. Old fashioned. It works. And we'll just grab it right here and pull it on through. So see, old fashioned works. All right. Needle down. And once it gets crossed there, it's okay. Back stitch. Okay. All right. And you're just going to check your corners. I got everything there, so we're good. Now, do this side. Y'all, we are getting there. Box these corners, pull that thing through, box these corners, and baby, we're gonna be done. And remember to open up your seams on both sides to try and help it go through as smooth as possible. Hold on, y'all. I don't like the way that's boxed up right there, because you want it to be a box, but you want it to be a smooth looking box, if that makes sense what I'm trying to say. And I think this is going pretty well, considering I just went with a vision and just kind of went for it. So y'all see. All right, there we go. All right, so we got our corners boxed, and now let's find I just kind of try to. Now this is what it's gonna be. Did I leave this? Oh, that is the corner. Let's box this one. And the same thing with these. Open up your seams. But I want to do that part. I want to box these corners last, I think. But if I don't box them now, it might give me some grease. So let's just go and box them now. And then pull it through. Okay. All right. Back stitch. Back stitching is very, very important. And you want to make sure you're not back stitching. I mean, you're not boxing your hole. So make sure. Oops, I caught that the wrong way, but we're going to roll with it. All right. So you want to make sure that you are staying away from your opening. Okay. Stay away from your opening. And we're going to do the same with this one. Back stitch. Let's make sure that that flattens out under there. Okay. Now I see some people like use a screwdriver right here to help keep this flat. I could just see so many things for me going wrong right there. My other camera went off. Uh-oh. Sorry. That was rude. I'm sorry, y'all. All right. But some people use a screwdriver, and for me, I could just see so many mistakes happening. Okay, so we got everything boxed. I'm trying to. Okay, there's my zipper. Now let's go ahead and pull this through. And you're going to have to be really careful with it, okay? Because this is a big bag that you're trying to pull through this little opening, okay? And you'll probably rip some of your seams if you're not careful, okay? Y'all don't know what this gonna look like. I don't know what this gonna look like, but we're gonna work it out. We're gonna see, and it's gonna take you a few minutes to work this through, but just take your time. Take your time. Take your time. Okay. Whoops. And then you're going to need to poke your corners out. Still got a little bit more to go through there. And I'm going to have to be very careful right here with my... So there's our pocket. All right. And our zipper. Ooh, I got the zipper off a little bit. Okay. I'll fix that part. Oh, if I pull it off this way. Okay, let's make sure. That little sticky tape right there. Oh my gosh. And then you have to top stitch this part. Now I'm going to sew that up in the bottom up in a minute. But I got to get this rolled down. Okay. Oh, I should have put these straps on the outside too. But that's okay. I should have put them a little closer on the outside the other way. Alright, so let's sew our lining. So your corner should look boxed, something like that. Right here, I should have moved this up just a little bit further up here. But let's open this up. Let's sew that seam, that opening that we left. And we're just going to kind of find those corners, pull those out. And then do like so, okay? Now you want this kind of straight as possible. You're not going to get it all the way straight, but hey, straight as possible. I don't know the number needed just for it. No, it's for thicker fabrics. Okay. I'll see if somebody maybe in Joann's can tell me. But I want to say one time, I can't remember. Unbiased told me one time too what needle was for those denims. She told me that one time when we had to do emergency surgery. Okay, so what we're gonna do is to keep this part from rolling up right here. Keep this part from rolling up. We're going to top stitch right along here. So in order to do that, we do have a bag though, y'all. We do have a bag. All right, let's this is what I'm looking for right here. You can tell who ain't took this table off. Well, dang. Let's see how you get this off. It's a little weird. All I did to put it on was slide it on. Anybody know how to get this off? You confused? Why are you confused? I'm confused about how to get this long arm off though. I'll go over the let me see what this do. That don't do nothing. Anybody know how to get this tape off? This arm off? Oops. Yikes. I guess that what I hit was a button. I guess what I hit was a button. That's chick, I'll go over it in over the instructions in a minute. Give me just a second. So we're gonna roll the top part of this down. I wish I had put those straps on the outside though. So I'm gonna basically just kind of put that inside of the where's the strap at? Okay. And we're gonna do more of these because I'm not like 100% happy with this one, but so now all we're doing right now is just top stitching the lining into the bag. That's all we're doing right now. And you can top stitch this as close or as far apart as you would like. Okay, so now I'm gonna raise this. And I'm gonna keep going. Okay, keep going. And all I'm doing is just basically kind of turning the bag as I go along. So lift the bag up, turn it as you need. Okay. I'm gonna turn it some more because we're on a seam. So you bypass the seam and you go to the next part. Okay. Keep going. And you really want to be kind of close to the top for this, but this is my first one, so and like I said, I'm really just winging this thing. For it to be winged, I think it's going to be okay. For it to have been winged, it's going to be okay. Okay. I'm going to stop because I'm on a seam. So I'm going to raise my needle and my presser foot. Oops. And you'll know I'm way off seam. Oops, I dropped down too much. Yaxie daisy. But guess what? Y'all get to see that mistake. Y'all are going to get to see it. Okay? Oops, oops, oops. All right. So I'm going to show y'all. I started off at the at the top, but then I ended up going off course. Top stitching ain't for the weak, okay? So that's what you call a top stitch, just going all the way around. But however, I came down too far. So when I came back around, I would have met right there, but I didn't. Thank you, Donzel. It's got some, it's got some flaws, but for the most part, I would put I think the next one that I do I would follow like I started to, just sewing up here and maybe stop, come back down, so that for the straps. But we do have a bag. So Bash Chick, what we did was and then that's our pocket. So I'm gonna tell y'all what I should have done. Right here, I should have went up probably about another 2 inches. I should have put these straps so up here, up about 2 inches. Stop. Same thing. Oops, and this corner. Oh no, I got it right. That corner. So the corners are boxed boxed fairly even, right? So that's our corners boxed. Our corners look pretty good. Let's poke that one out. And then let's poke this one out. And let's poke this one out. So upon poking out our corners look good. We didn't quite line on our top stitch. We didn't meet it around. Our lining in here looks good. Now see, if this wasn't top stitched, this would just be going all willy-nilly. Does that make sense? Thank you. It's okay, Donzel. It's okay. That's what. Oh, you missed saving the bottom. Okay, so let me show you. I'm gonna just put the bag right there, but I got a piece of fabric right here. Let me see. Can I make a square out of this? I think I can. Right here. All right. So if this is your fabric, whoops. All right. I'm just gonna even this up. This is a scrap piece of fabric. So what I'm gonna do is even this up. And cut this part off right here. Dang, that was gliding so much I thought the thing was in. Okay, so let's just say we got our 2 squares, right? Thank you. I gotta get better at it where it ain't got where it won't take as long. But for the first one, so let's see. These not gonna be perfect squares, but I'm gonna sew these right sides to right sides together. Let me go around here real quick and get you what you need, because I don't want you to be confused. And I didn't realize the camera even went off. So we're gonna sew this down. We're gonna pivot, go back in the same line of stitching. Boom, boom. All right. All right, so now we're going to turn this the right way. Well, before I do that, so this is just pretend we got a whole square here, right? I got one. Well, let me sew this corner up some, so to make hopefully a little bit more sense. I'll just sew this part up. All right. So we got our square here, right? Because remember, when we are boxing corners, making sure I got two corners. Okay, yeah, I got two corners. So this is our square. When we're boxing corners, Bash Chick, I lost my train of thought. When we're boxing corners, we need to be on the wrong side of the fabric. Let me find one of my little other squares up here because this is a small piece. If I take out two by two, let's do a 1.5 by 1.5 inch square. Okay, so we're going to use our fabric marker, but you want to come in just a little bit from that seam. Okay, you don't want to draw your square directly on the seam because you have to allow for seam allowance, even though, which I still, for the life of me, don't really understand that part. Even though I'm going to cut the seam out, I still have to allow for seam allowance. I ain't figured that part out yet, but that's just what I learned, right? So we got our square here, and we're going to do the same thing. I'm going to come in some. I'm going to go across here, and I'm going to go across here, and now I'm going to go across there. All right. So put these back. Are you with me so far, Bash Chick? So I have drawn what we are about to cut out, right? So what I'm going to do is follow those lines that I cut out. So that's our square, right? And then I'm going to come right here. And I'm going to cut, oops. And where my little scissors went? Oh, right here looking at me. And remember, if it doesn't cut all the way through, just find where it didn't cut and cut it out, right? All right, so this is what we have right here. So these are our corners that we're going to box. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this, okay? Now normally what you would do, and let me show you the proper way, because I don't want you to be confused. So these are your seams right here, right? So we got two sets of seams. We got one right here and we got one right here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna open this up. Okay, I'm gonna open each set of seams up. Now, y'all didn't see me do this part because I actually did not, because of that type of fabric that we were using. Okay, so I'm pressing those seams open, and I'm gonna come right here. Some people finger press them, some people iron them. I'm gonna iron them because I want you to know the proper way and what's going to look better. Okay, so we got those opened up, and now what we're going to do is line those two seams up. So you got one open on this side, one open on this side. You see now? And then all we're going to do is drop down our needle, back stitch, come forward, and then we're going to back stitch again, raise your needle, cut the thread. All right, so that essentially, and you got to of course do it all the way around, but that would give us our box corner. Okay, and then we would have this at the top, and then we would flip it out like so. You had a friend, we can't see it when you showing how to fold it. I had a friend. Okay, let's see. All right, so on this side right here, now I've already pressed it out because this seam went to that seam, so we got this seam already pressed out. So here we go. Let's press this side out. All right. Whoops. And the key is, because these seams be so small, not to burn yourself, okay? Don't burn yourself. Don't be like me. All right. So we got our two seams right here. Did you see it that time, Miss Robin? So this seam was already connected to this seam. So this one was already pressed out. Oh, I'm out of frame. Oops, sorry. How about that? So this part right here is connected to here. That's what we just boxed on that side. So I pressed this out, pressed that out. Then I came on this side and I pressed that out, right? It's not for you. Oh, it's out of frame. Okay, it's out of frame when I hold it up. All right. So let me come down. So this would, let me take it back like this. All right. So this corner we already boxed, right? So we ironed this part and we ironed the top right here. Then what we do on this side, we have to do to the other side. So then we're going to come and we're going to box just like this. Okay? Y'all with me? You box just like that. So your seams should be flattened out here. Your seams should be flattened out here, right? And then you repeat the process, which gets kind of, I guess once you try it one time, because I thought the same thing. I was like, this is not for me. But once you try it, I ain't gonna say once. I'm gonna say a couple of times. That's what I'm gonna say. A couple of times. All right, so got that part. And then this would be, once you turn it out, right side out, of course, you would need like a stabilizer in here. But see how we have, let me get it in frame for y'all and poke these corners out first. But do you see how we have, if I do it the right way, we got our corner here, our corner here, our corner here, and our corner here. So if I had stabilizer in it, it would sit all the way up. Let me see if I can find something to help it stand. So nope, you need stabilizer. I don't have stabilizer in the bottom, but you would put stabilizer in it. But see how that makes it stand straight now that I got two things in it? Oh, the sewing machine is out of frame. Lord. Sorry. But like I said, we'll be doing, I'll be doing these more often. And hopefully I'll get a little faster with them. But it's literally taking what you box out. So basically taking your corners that you box out, you will have a seam on your back side, seam on your front side, press them out, pull them. Well, I can't do this because it's not a square, but if this was already sewed, then you would pull this part out, and then you got your top, you'll have your top, your back and your front rather, press that out, sew it across to give you that box. You got it now? You're welcome. You're welcome. And if anybody else has like any questions and y'all honestly, want to know, don't hesitate to call, text, ask me, because I don't mind. Now I gotta figure out, because this did come out kind of cute. I might put like a piece of, y'all know what you could put in the bottom of this to make it stand up too? So you could measure. It would be probably kind of hard, but let me see. I don't know where my skinny ruler at, but if I had my skinny ruler, I would know how deep this was, and I would look to see where it stopped at. And you could cut a piece of this, what we use to put our rhinestone templates on, and put in the bottom of this, and it will that would help it stand squat too. But I would suggest like using put that fabric up. I would use batting. That's what I would do. But thank y'all for hanging out with me for almost 3 hours. Sorry it took forever, but we got us a bag. We did, touch on basic skills. We used zipper. We learned how to top stitch. We learned how to make a pocket that is functional. We closed up a lining. So I think we topped, we touched on a lot of basic skills. So the basic skills that we use will help us. Thank you, Sean. Will help us be able to make more functional things, right? Really, Dad. To be able to help us make more functional things. So I intend to get better with this, Sean. when we going live to make this project, Sean? Text me. Sean is also a good person to learn how to learn to sew, embroider, unbiased. Thank you, Donzel. To learn how to sew. Chelsea, she seems to sew, or she sews seams. Christine's Home Affairs. All of these are channels that I'm watching. Heather Mayhem, excuse me, are channels that I watch, and I watch on repeat, till I learn. All right, I knew you would be down for it. Send me a text and we'll make it happen. But when I figured out from that first bag, and I don't know if y'all saw the first bag, here it is right here. Oh, let's not make a mess over here. Okay. So here is the first bag, but I made it a different way. So it has no pockets. It does have a lining. I made these handles myself, and as you can see, it's holding fabric. So it's a functional bag, right? And it's still made out of Dollar Tree placemat and Dollar Tree fabric that I made my own handles with. Are my handles perfect? Like perfect as in having a straight stitch? No, but we got functional handles and it works. So yeah. So if you want to learn how to do it, go to Dollar Tree, grab you some fabric, get you a sewing machine, and jump on live, and we can sew in real time together. And when Sean texts me, thank you, Miss Robin. When Sean texts me and let me know when we're going live, I'll put it up and I'll put the supplies you need. And really, the supplies you need, y'all, ain't nothing but a fat quarter and one Dollar Tree dish mat. That's all. You got lazy tumblers. Ooh. And that's all you need. One Dollar Tree dish mat and one fat quarter from Dollar Tree. Now these fat quarters right here, these ain't from there, but y'all get what I'm saying. So, or if you want to use webbing, okay? Or if you want to use webbing. And y'all see, it didn't take me that long to put that. Thank you, Blue. And it didn't take me long to put the zipper back on. But compared to when we made the little zipper pouch, compared to the knife, I did very well with putting that zipper on. So it's gonna take practice. Thank you, Donzel. It's gonna take practice. It's not anything that you're going to perfect overnight. I mean, I call this okay. These are okay. These aren't perfect. They're functional. They're gonna work. They're gonna get the job done. They hold stuff, all of the good stuff. And the fact that I was able to put a pocket on here. I mean, look at it. It's holding my cell phone. It's got weight. So you really just have to, practice. That's what we're here for. Y'all seen how many times I fumbled with the thread breaking. But thank God we didn't have any major issues. Our needle got gummed up a little bit, and y'all gave me the trick. Use a little bit of alcohol. Use some sewer's aid. So we're definitely gonna do more sewing over here on the channel, making different bags, making different things. I showed y'all that mini backpack that I started making with the gusset. When I get frustrated with the gusset, now I got the gusset together already now, but when you get frustrated, you stop, you come back, you rethink what you did or what you didn't do, or if you don't quite understand what you saw, go rewatch that video. Shoot a text message to somebody who knows how to sew. Those are things that will keep you from getting deterred about sewing. Like when my machine wasn't acting right, and hubby let me get his credit card to go get another sewing machine. Um, Crafting is truly my therapy. When people say that, I really understand that. Crafting is definitely truly my therapy. And you don't have to have some fancy computerized sewing machine like I have. It doesn't take all that. You can go right to Walmart right now. You can go right to Joann's right now. And you can get you a sewing machine that is non-computerized, but it's going to do the same thing that mine does for anywhere from, I think I saw 59 all the way to $99. And Joann's, you can use, well, I don't know about on a sewing machine. Coupon probably wouldn't work. But 59 to $99 for a sewing machine, y'all. Brother brand, single brand, that's not a bad deal. Then when you figure out how to work it and you want to graduate, then you go ahead and you get you something computerized. But if you want to get the best bang for your buck and you're going to stick it out, like we tell y'all about the cutting machines, get the big and the heat press. You're welcome, Blue. Get the biggest one. Get the biggest heat press you can afford. Get the biggest sewing machine that you can afford. Get the biggest that you can afford in anything to begin with, and that will save you from having multiple machines like I got to the point where we about to be on the roof. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to be like me. So get what you can afford, the biggest you can afford from the jump, and it will definitely save you in the long run. Sewing machines, they will take care of you as long as you take care of them. You have anxiety, so crafting is how I deal with it. Definitely therapy for me. Yes, crafting is definitely my therapy. Sometimes something will be on my mind, something might be bothering me, but I'll come and I'll do whatever craft it is that I'm doing, and it'll take my mind distracting me from whatever's bothering me. So I definitely truly understand that. Sometimes when you're crafting and you want your craft to be perfect, crafting is not always about being perfect. We got two prime examples right here, but they are functional. They work. We got the job done. Now we might not get it on the first try as fast as, somebody like Miss Christine probably could sew these bags in 15, 20 minutes, but she's been doing this for years on end. So it's going to come with experience. Sean could probably sew this in 15, 20 minutes. Unbiased probably could sew it in 15 or 20 minutes. So too late, you encouraging me to get another machine. Your fault. I'm sorry. Get it. Do that. Get you a sewing machine. Because I want you to be doing sew-alongs with me on the channel. I want, us to be able to go on a Zoom or have a members only Zoom or whatever, and we're sewing, we're crafting, we're learning. That way you get to ask those individual questions, or I could go back and reverse to help you where you missed, right? Or where you didn't understand, or you didn't catch something, or maybe I went too fast, or I was out of frame, because y'all see I've been out of frame all night. and y'all stuck it out with me, and y'all, I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Sending y'all virtual hugs, okay? I definitely appreciate it. Especially those of y'all that come in and y'all stay to the end, and all of the things you don't flip flop back. But I appreciate that, all of that. So until next time, peace, be blessed, stay crafty. I'm your girl T, and I'm out. Bye, y'all. We'll probably do some blinging tomorrow because I got a little design. That's right, Queen. Right back at you. All right, y'all. You been wanting to learn for a long time? This is the place. This is the channel. This is what we're gonna be doing. And I'm bye Bash Chick. And I'm definitely, yes, same to you, Blue. Hugs and kisses. Um, we're definitely going to be, doing more of this. And like I said, we're probably going to go in like a members only segment as well. You're designing now. What you designing, girl? Um, so that we can all learn and hone in on this craft together. But there's definitely some real OGs out there. Sean, Unbiased, Sean, all things Sean, Sean at Ghost Heavy Designs, Unbiased, Chelsea Sows the Scene, Christine Home Affairs, Heather Mayhem, all Amber. All of these are channels. All you gotta do is type in sewing. Okay? All you gotta do is type in sewing, and you will find what you need. Okay? All right, y'all. Love y'all. Bye. Gotta go. Y'all have a good night. See y'all tomorrow. Rhinestone Design. Okay. Text me, Blue. Bye, y'all.